Hello, bonjour, hey, y'all. My name is Merc. Welcome back to the Narc Alert. Hey, happy hump day, everybody. It's our hump day Rio mukbang. Apparently, I didn't realize that this is now known as the Rio mukbang stream. So we will, we will do that as he knows. How you all doing? It's midday. It's gray. It's raining. I have flat hair because I went to the pharmacy and I got rained on. And I don't really care. I know, Rio. Can you just give me a minute to say hello? Very demanding man. He's losing his crap. Okay, I guess we got to just go set him up right away. We're going to put him, I thought I'd put him on the couch, and then when he's done eating, when he returns to his spot, we can just move the camera. So let's add Rio to the stage, but let's do him in a nice big way like that. I've got his food ready to go, and he's already halfway over there. I'll meet you over there. Come here, the boy. You're coming over here today. Come here. Come here. All right. That'll shut him up for a while. A little Rio hump day mukbang. No crunchers in there today, just all munchers. The lighting's good there, though. It makes his eyes look good. Hey, Rio? Rio? Hey, Rio. Hey, psst, hey, psst, hey. He doesn't care. He's got his food. He doesn't care. I guess I could have wiped the stool down, huh? Slob. Well, that's why. You see why I didn't wipe it down first? Because I'll have to wipe it down later. All right, that's Mr. Man. Doing his Mr. Man thing. So how you guys doing? Hey, what did I want to say? Hey. You know who was first today? Coco Loco. Coco Loco was first. Hey, Coco Loco. Followed by, now honestly, this is another name that has fascinated me for a long time because they've been around for a long time, is Gidropony, because I have no idea what that name means. And it rolls off the tongue, Gidropony, but I don't know what it means. Penelope. You have to crunch to munch. Thank you for your super chat, Penelope. And I'm glad you finally made it on time. We were starting to talk. Just want to say. And Vanessa Atalanta. So I got all my favorite. Pretty soon you're going to all have favorite names that I like to say. They're a music group, Gidropony. Okay, cool. Oh, Talio had to pay $780 at an emergency vet to find out the cat was constipated. Oh, good Lord. Mr. Man is on fiber. I mix Metamucil in his food. Oh, thank you, Coffee. I was fine. Just cold. No bigs. I'm Canadian. It's part of our DNA. I'm still a little stuffy. Oh, do you mean, I'm sorry, do you mean MTJ? Maybe you mean, probably not. I don't think you know MTJ. Anyway, I'm sorry if that wasn't meant for me. And if it was, thank you. Miss Tomato Jam had to move her movie from this afternoon to Friday because her Wi-Fi was cut off because she was almost burnt up in an entire damn wildfire last night. MTJ was frightening us with some of the clips that she was sharing. Like looking at the fire, smoke everywhere, like waiting to see if they were going to be evacuated. But she succeeded and she made it, you guys. She made it. She did the damn thing. Yeah, it was kind of scary. Penelope asks, how do we get in Discord? Well, one of the mods is going to drop you a link to help you figure that out in a minute. We don't like burnt tomato jam. No, no. No, no, no. Plus, remember, MTJ, I believe, is living still. She's got the mom to look after. She's got cherry tomatoes and pets. Can you imagine? I was thinking evacuation is going to be a nightmare. So I'm very happy that it didn't go that way. And nature granted them some rain, which I'm sure certainly helped. So we're glad. Everybody's really glad you're okay, MTJ. And I hope you get all your power and your Wi-Fi and stuff sorted out really soon. Because you know what happens this weekend? The clocks go back. If you're one of the unfortunate people who have to move their stupid clocks twice a year like we are, in Ontario, they go back this weekend. No, spring forward. They go forward. They go forward. They go forward. We lose an hour. They go forward. He's not gonna lay down there, is he? He doesn't like the couch anymore. He might lay down there. That's weird. What are you doing over there? I don't trust him. Can you just give me a minute? I don't trust you. I feel like you might pee. You're not gonna pee on that blanket, are you? What if we just do this? And what if we put your camera over here? Because we know this is where you're going to end up anyway. I just sometimes, he's probably not going to, but I'm just afraid. He's really sniffing all over that blanket. Hey, can you not do that? I'm live and you're stressing me out. Now just leave the blanket alone. It's enough now. It's enough now. I'm sorry. So distracted by the damn cat. So MTJ's movie, Friday, I said that. Clocks go forward. Yeah, it's that time of year again. But I guess the sunlight is better, right? At least it doesn't get dark so early. I'm drinking the coffee, MTJ. Oh, Alice, I'm so sorry. Thank you for the super chat. Alice's prayers for my kitty. He needed an eye removed. Aw, they're very resilient. I'm sure he'll bounce right back. But bless his little heart. We'll send all the best vibes to Alice's kitty. Yeah, MTJ reminds me that we're watching the movie Focus. She's streaming the movie Focus on Friday afternoon, I think at 1 o'clock. I'm sure it's listed in the events on Discord. Another event on Discord that we have to talk about. We don't... Listen, there's something we have to talk about. It's karaoke. We got to do karaoke. We haven't done it in a while. And I know it's just the beginning of March, but I got to do this damn memorial for my mom. I'm having my mother's celebration of life memorial on the 30th of March. So I think let's do it in April. Early April, maybe April 6th. So let's pencil in April 6th for karaoke in the Discord, and somebody can remind me because I will immediately forget. I promise you. Oh, Rio's going in his... See, I knew he was going to end up there, right? Problematic Monica. See, this doesn't sound problematic. Says, my cat had 2 eyes removed. He's doing amazing. Your kitty will be okay. What are you doing, Rio? Did you see? He just fell his legs out like some kind of spaz. I don't know what he's doing. What was that? Rio, that was funny. He's a goof. When we play, he does this thing where before he attacks, he has to do a somersault. Like he thinks he's in Cirque du Soleil or something. I'm like, dude, if you were out somewhere in a real fight with real animals, they'd kill you. Like, you got to do this little tumble, this little somersault first before you attack. Very, very diva. It'd be like, like he just wouldn't do well in the middle of the jungle. Somebody would come on and attack him, and he'd go, "Oh, wait." And they'd go, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Gomp. Gone. Listen, God doesn't give with both hands. If you believe in God, God doesn't give it. He's beautiful. He can't be absolutely intelligent, too. All right. How about, let me have a sip of coffee. Fluffy says it's still new to me that you can have a memorial service months after a cremation. Yes, she's still in the closet where she's waiting. I think generally if there's a funeral with a body and a coffin or a casket, then it's quicker. But I think it's a newish thing. It's a newish funeral trend to wait and do it when people are ready to do it, I believe. I don't know. I don't hang around funeral parlors. But, I'm learning. Speaking of which, today I did not buy an urn. I just kept her in the box. She's I didn't buy an urn. She told me not to spend any money, and she wants to be scattered. So they put them in a bag, like a Ziploc bag, and then they put them it's a beautiful box. It's a lovely, beautiful box. Um, and then she showed me how when you go, this is weird because this is something I never would have known. She showed me when she gave it to me. She said, when you go to scatter, what you do is you open up the Ziploc bag and you fold it over the box, and then you chunk it out, because if you throw it all, you'll end up with a face full of your mom or whoever. My mother passed away, Anatolia, in December. So, yeah, depressing conversation, but yeah, things that you never even knew you need to know. Now I know. I haven't opened it, like I never looked at it. And they gave me that beautiful box, is in a beautiful velvet bag with a drawstring rope. And Uncle Tim carried it home for me. And I cleared a spot and I put it in the closet and I haven't looked at it. So, I mean, it's weird, right? I'm joking because black humor is one of the things I do, but it's weird. It's awfully weird. So I think what I'm going to do is Banana Shack. He said my comment was terrible timing. What did you say? Now I gotta look. Whatever Rio, whatever Rio did, got my dog's attention. That's okay, Banani. Thank you for the super chat. I would have missed it. Concerned Coffee said, when my cousin died, my aunt did a GoFundMe to have a funeral, but then she pocketed the cash, and I never got to say for. Ew, that's shitty. Families do shady things. Mine hasn't. And, I gotta be, there's sometimes it's not bad to be the only child in a single parent family, because I don't have anybody to fight with about anything. It's all me and her wishes. So I think I'm going to, she wanted to be placed as near to my father as possible. That funeral home is absolutely full. She can't even get in there. And she wanted to be scattered. So I think what I'm going to do is get some sunflowers, which is her favorite flower, and I'm going to plant them with her ashes, and I'm going to leave them on my dad's grave. So that's my plan. And that said, let's change the topic because this is depressing. And I see you're all starting to bubble up in anticipation about what's coming up tonight. Yeah, Kai, I was going to spread her on Father's grave, but I gotta be honest with you, the whole thing freaks me out a little bit. It's like, it's a substantial amount of product. Like, it's just... Let's switch topics. let's switch to something sillier. Maybe. Is it sillier? Tonight, Hey, there's a cherry tomato in the house. We better keep your language clean. There's a cherry tomato in the house. It's not a stupid question to ask how you join the Discord, my dear. There are no stupid questions. There are only people who make you feel stupid for asking questions. One of the mods is going to drop that info in the chat, just like that, because you asked. So yeah, tonight, what we're shivering with anticipation about is the Beck and Casey live stream is tonight on Casey's channel. I don't know what to say about that. There's going to be a conversation between Beck and Casey. It'll be interesting to see what they say, I guess. I'm going to be watching, like I'm sure everybody in the Amberverse will. And I guess we'll share our thoughts in the Discord. And Harper asks, what's Casey's channel? One of the mods probably knows. I think it's called Lukewarm Tea. If I'm not, I don't want to get it wrong. Ella's going to be really good at that for sure. We're talking about the cherry tomatoes. Lukewarm tea for you. Thank you, Ella. Yeah, Talio, I'm kind of the same mindset. I'm really happy that they've got their voice heard. That's really important. I'm unsure what more they can say. But I guess we'll all tune in and find out, right? And that's all I'm going to say about that. We'll have to watch and see how it all unfolds. Tune in for next week's exciting edition of the Amberverse. So I thought for today what we would do. Originally, I was going to look at Amber's vlog from yesterday, but I had to react to it. It was just so darn silly. I had things to say. I wasn't doing anything but being bum sitting around the house, so I thought I might as well get a reaction up, so I did. So that puts it out of the running for today. So what we're going to do is I did a... Oh, Lynn's. Holy cow, Lynn's. Thank you for the super chat. Lynn's, it's their birthday today. Hang on. Wait a second. Where is it? Where's my shit? Here. Happy birthday, Lynn's. It's my birthday today, and all the drama is happening today. What a gift. Hey, I feel you, Lynn's. Happy birthday. You know what happened 1 year on my birthday? The sympathy bone comment. It was the day after my birthday. I thought, what a lovely birthday present. So sometimes the Amberverse gives nice presents for your birthday. I hope you have a good one. Tonight's going to be exciting, I guess. And then Beck and Destiny apparently are going to have a little tete-a-tete. It sounds like it's a video and not a live stream because I think she alluded to doing some editing on it. Honestly, for my money, that's going to be the interesting one because, I don't know, that Destiny, I got to tell you, she's a little crass. She's a little base. But I feel like she's dead honest and she just doesn't give a fuck. So I kind of, she amuses me. I feel like Destiny wears the victimhood less than Amber's other exes. Destiny feels like Destiny's moved on more successfully than some of the others. And maybe that's why, but I kind of love her don't give a fuck attitude. I'm not saying I'd want to be her best buddy. I don't think any of these exes are any angels, because you know what? We're all human. But Destiny amuses me. So I think the Beck and Destiny one's going to be interesting, right? Ellen says Destiny seems to be here for the jokes and the laughs. Yeah. She's, I don't know. She just got a different, coming at it from a different angle or something. Andy says Destiny was also treated the best. Yeah, you're actually absolutely right. Destiny was also, from what we see, treated the best. You're absolutely right. But was she treated the best, or is it just how she frames it? I think she had to deal with the control issues, calling every day at lunch hour from the car, Amber bouncing up and down like a puppy dog at the door waiting for her every day. I mean, I don't think Amber was abusive to her, but there's different ways that you can be an annoying, horrible girlfriend. I think Destiny's just made of different stuff. Cece. Because, we're not perfect. I'm telling you, whenever I hear somebody say that now, well, it might be completely wrong, but it just, boing, a big red flag pops up in my head when somebody says, I'm not perfect. I go, oh, I'm going to listen now a little closely to other things you say, because it seems to me every damn narc I've ever met says that. Every one of them. But wasn't Destiny cheating? Maybe. I guess so. Probably. I don't know. I'm not that invested. Honestly, I think about and I go, if I had a 35-year-old friend who was still talking about a grade 10 relationship, I would kind of be bored of hearing about it by now. I think there's some point you gotta just let things just move on. But get your bag, say your piece, give us some tea. That's what we want. Let's give us some tea. We've been waiting so long for this, right? At least give us some tea. So let's start. I thought what we would do today, because I already reacted to the vlog, is we'll do I have like a 3 pages of notes recap on the live stream from last night. Lainey had me over. I got the best spot on the couch, and we watched the live stream. And then if we have time, I thought it might be fun to look at another video called We Have to Talk, because she's got a whole playlist of videos called We Have to Talk. So I thought that might be a fun little counterpoint, a little retro We Have to Talk. But let's start here. I'm going to do this. Because we don't have the video, right? But we can do this. We'll put her face up. So just in case you forget who we're talking about, it's Amber. We're talking about this girl here, Amberlynn Reid. This is from her live stream last night. I'm a couch hag. I am. No, I'm an office chair hag. I rarely sit on my couch. I live here. Hey, I went out today. Lucy, I did use your screenshot. I did. I was lazy. It was easy. Thank you. All right. So Amber's 2-hour live stream, just a minute more. Coffee, as if I would title a video like that. Yeah, because that's how I roll. I feel it's very important to talk about things to my entire YouTube audience. It's not. All right. So Amber opens up her live stream, and remember, it's called We Have to Talk. So it has this air. So immediately the chat is all over her. Like, what is it? What are you talking about? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. Well, of course, right? And I will say, hey, Schmoopy, thank you for your 1-month member. I feel like you've been around longer than a month, Schmoop. Maybe you were in and out. Sometimes that happens. I'm always afraid Alexa's going to dox me, but I think she's trained to say Merc. I'm not even going to talk to her. Shortly after the live stream began, and once again, as we keep telling everybody, it is impossible to tell how many people are watching the live stream. You can't tell with a member's stream like that. What you can tell is how many people are active in the chat. Now, that said, there could be hundreds of people watching and not chatting, but it will show you how many people are active in the chat. Now, I would think most people who pay $10 a month to be a member of Amber's live streams are probably going to want to chat. Not all, but I would guess most. Maybe. I missed a Jess super chat? Oh. Jess said, I said hog, not hag. Also, what did I miss? Well, you said hag. I thought hag, because I immediately think, the kind of hag. I'm not going to say it. I'll get in trouble. Couch hog. Oh, I hogged the couch at Laney's. Oh, my God. I'm a little slow, but I'm usually medicated, so. Listen, I told you could put your feet on my knee. So I got Lainey to check the participant list, and I would say maybe 30 minutes into the live. So, after she established she was live, there was 27 participants in the chat. 27. Not very many. Okay, maybe there was 400 people watching and not chatting. We don't know. But there was 27 in the chat. All right, so she started off with some small talk. People kept asking her questions. She was evading them. She was talking about one of her... she has a tooth that's undescended, and she would have had to have surgery to get it pulled down so her teeth... all you people that talk about how her teeth look funny at the front, that's why, I guess why. And if they pulled that tooth down, they could shift her teeth over or something. But she said, no, no, no. Because when she says no to everything, all these surgeries and stuff that were offered to her when she was young. Who is Church Brat? I don't know. There was a troll named Church Brat. Her body is actually, Nerd Zombie Goddess, it's quite the opposite. Her body is embracing the tooth. It won't even let it come out. Her body will not let that tooth go. Like the weight. Oh, maybe it's a fat tooth. So she talked about her tooth for a while. She did talk a little bit about, she said she had spoken to her mother about this new situation that she wanted to discuss. And she said her mother was absolutely shocked by Becky's behavior. That's a quote. Amber said Becky, and she quickly followed it up with, "And I'm not saying it. I'm not saying anything. That's what my mom said." So she found a way to dead name Beck and blame it on her mom. Like, you didn't have to put that in the story, Amber. Would have been fine without it. But she had to throw that in there. Then she starts waffling around about how confused she is and she needs to ask for advice. And of course, because she's got no friends, no confidants, no mentors, the people she goes to for advice are the people that pay her $10 a month to ask questions. So she doesn't know what to do. She waffles around about it, and I'm thinking, you're going to get into this already? You've got a 2-hour live stream. If you start this drama part now, you can't take an intermission and start talking about Lego in the second hour. What are you going to do? That was my thought. But she went right into it anyway. So basically, what she was saying was, this isn't, and don't get excited, it's not happening. She started out the stream by saying very strongly what she had decided to do was a public live stream. She has gone through her block list and unblocked everybody that she'd ever blocked. So if you've been blocked by Amber, you should be unblocked now, according to what she said. I know there's a few of you in here that have been blocked by Amber, but apparently now you're unblocked. I guess I'm unblocked. I don't care. I don't leave messages. I wouldn't even know if I'm blocked or unblocked because I don't frankly give a fuck. And she did that because she wants to be 100% genuine and open and transparent and allow anybody to ask her any question, and she's going to answer it with full honesty and transparency. She said she's going to take accountability for the shitty things she's done. But... oh, you knew there was a but, didn't you? Yeah, the but was, this isn't fair. It's not fair that Beck gets to tell their side of the story and Amber has to stay quiet. Not fair. Not fair. Narcs don't like it when things aren't equitable for them. Yeah, Amber, you have a whole channel. You talked about Beck for years. But okay. She also got a little weepy because she's very upset because Beck lied about a lot of stuff. And she can't even defend herself because everybody thinks that she's lying about everything all the time. Well, yeah, Amber, little girl that cried wolf. That's what happens. Thank you, Penelope, for the super chat. Butt shelf, butt. Butt shelf, butt. I gotta say, I even think that some of the shit she was spewing last night was true. But it still doesn't justify fucking things she said out of her mouth. She still doesn't understand how wrong it is. Like, oh, fuck. She's so stupid. Let me see. What did she say here? She said she feels now entitled to tell her side of the story and defend herself against Beck's lies. Some of the things that she quoted as saying she had quite offense to was apparently, now I'll be honest, I haven't watched all the Q&A things. I've missed some. But apparently there was some talk about Amber's hygiene and how furniture would be left smelling after she used it a lot. And she took quite a bit of offense to that, the hygiene stuff. And she said it was the whole inheritance talk. People saying she stole Beck's inheritance that really triggered her into thinking that this video is a good idea for her. She said she feels entitled to this because Beck is is bringing private things public. So Beck isn't just talking about things Amber talked about. Beck is talking about private things. Well, guess what, Amber? Some of the shit you talked about on your video was private to Beck, but you didn't care about it then, did you? So such a hypocrite. Such a narcissist. She said pretty much Beck is lying half of the time. Half the stuff Beck says is true, but pretty much the other half is exaggerated or lying about. But she doesn't want to go through every point and answer every point. Like, girl, if you're going to make those claims, then that's exactly what you have to do. Quite frankly, I don't think you should be doing any of this, but if that's the road you're going to take, then you have to break it all down. This is just the first. So far, I think we're about 40 minutes in. Druida says, I agree. It does nothing for her to be vague. Yeah, I mean, either talk about it or don't talk about it. But this fence-sitting bullshit isn't going to get her anywhere. And there's an approach she takes that fucks it all up anyway. Because I'm going to tell you, I think a couple of the stories that she told about Beck actually rang true to me. Because, as we know, Beck's no angel. A lot of this community is painting Beck like the second damn coming. They're not. They're a flawed human just like I am and you are and Amber is. And I don't think they were 100% perfect in that relationship either. The problem is Amber was abusive. And Beck left with trauma. You know, any relationship that doesn't work out, both people have some responsibility in probably not being the best people. That's human. Beck isn't perfect. But Amber's so much worse. And Amber left Beck with so much trauma on so many different levels. And that's why people don't give a crap about the stuff that Beck did, Amber. You get that? It makes sense to you at all? Penelope says, nobody's perfect, Merc. I mean, I'm absolutely in no way defending Amber. She's, as we know, a cunt. She did Beck dirt, man. She left Beck with trauma that Beck never deserved to have. Beck did things too. Didn't leave Amber with trauma. Maybe dented her pocketbook. Maybe. There's the bed story. I gotta say, I feel like there was a ring of truth to the bed story. You might disagree with me, and that's fine. Like I said, we're always free to disagree. If you recall, and I certainly recall, what else did she say? Oh, just before I get into the bed story, she wanted to say she's now more mature. Oh, she referenced back Kyoto. Then you don't want to watch all my old videos. Kyoto Blood Rose, thank you for the super chat. They say, the more Kyoto Blood Rose, an interesting name. The more Beck speaks, the more I'm reminded of my ex-narc. Yeah, well, Amberlynn is exactly like my now passed away narcissist. Exactly. Not my partner, my mother, but the same exact tics and tricks and all the things they do. Chips. So it's That's why I started doing this in the first place, because I was like, wait a second, I know exactly what she's doing right now. She did reference back to when Destiny was live. Do you remember when Destiny was live a year or two ago, and Amber called in, and it was frightful. It was one of the most frightful things. The phone call between Destiny and Amber. Amber was trashy AF. Amber said things about Destiny's family that were not public knowledge, that could be embarrassing, at the very least private information. She was terrible. So she referenced back to that call and told us that she's so much more mature now, so much more mature, and she's horrified when she thinks back of that call. She's horrified. It's so embarrassing. She's mature now. I do think she's matured some. She's not the same as she was 10 years ago. She's not as screechy or screamy, or she's a better liar now. I mean, I don't think she's a better person. Don't get me wrong. Maturity doesn't mean better person. It just means she's clocked more time. That's all. I think she's a little toned down, but I think she's also a little smarter, which means more devious and meaner. She then discusses different ways to do this, because she's kind of crying, and a lot of her chat is telling her at this point, Amber, this is a terrible idea to do a public live stream. Unblock all of your haters and tell them to come at you and ask them whatever you want. Does she even, they said to her, you need mods. And she said, I'm afraid to make anybody a mod. I don't trust anybody. So she's going to do this without mods, or with one damn mod that's got no real moderating experience? Come on. That is a really bad idea. I mean, not for us. For us, it's an absolutely fantastic idea, because it would be the best shit show to watch, I'm telling you. But for her, that's a real bad idea. It's a real bad idea. So some of them were saying, Mr. Snork, I volunteered you last night in the live stream. I said that. Snork and mod. Like even that live stream tonight, they're doing it on Casey's channel. I don't think those moderators have a whole ton of experience, and they're going to get hit with a shitstorm tonight. There's going to be so many people in that chat tonight. I hope they're ready for it. Like my mods, best in the business. Like someone like, H3, who we hate. I don't, but many of you do. Their chat has multiple thousands of people in their live chat. They've got a lot of mods, and they work hard. They get paid. He pays his mods. So, like, Amber, you should be paying mods for that stream. Okay, I should too, but I don't make enough money yet, you guys. I will when I can. I will when I can. I'll cook breakfast in Costa Rica for everybody. So, because now her chat is getting a little scared. Kyoto Blood Rose, additional tip for pronouncing my... Oh, Kyoto Blood Rose. So I said it right the first time. Additional tip for pronouncing my screen name. Thank you very much for the super chat. You absolutely didn't have to do that. Kyoto Blood Rose. It's kind of a game with me. I really like trying to... It's really important that I get your screen name right. It's a little thing I do with myself. So now Amber's getting scared. People are telling her it's not a good idea. Excuse me. Hang on. She's trying to figure out a way to do this. So then somebody suggests to her, why don't you do a members-only chat and a public video? And that way you can still be heard, but it'll just be us, your safe people, asking you the questions and whatnot. And she thought that was a good idea. But then she kind of didn't like that idea either, And then she waffled around about it for a while. And she said, it would be easy for someone said, how the hell are you even going to do this? And she said, oh, it'll be easy for her because she'll just cry. She'll cry through the whole stream and she'll disassociate. Disassociate was her word of the night last night. And then there was one point, honest to God, I wish I could react to it because it was such a little narky moment and I caught it. It was so subtle too. There was one point where she was getting upset and she did this thing where she had this look on her face and I thought, that bitch is going to say, I just disassociated. It was like watching like Sybil in the movie become one of her alters. It was really stupidly contrived. And I wish I could clip that little moment. It was really funny. She just got really quiet. She was really upset about something and she got really quiet and the way her eyes looked and I just knew she didn't say it and I thought she's going to come back and say it and she didn't. But anyway, so the bed story, all I wrote down is the $6,000, $6,000 bed story is what I wrote down. Hey, Carter, how you doing? Carter, save your money. Thank you for the super chat. I hope that new job is still going strong. It's probably not new anymore now. Save your money, Carter. Thank you, though. When she was started to cry, it's hard to talk about this whole situation because it's very divisive, this whole inheritance money and Beck. So I am trying to sit firmly on the fence with a fence post right up my ass on this one, but it's not easy. Ophelia, thank you for the super chat, says hello and hi, Rio's bum. And also, Amber sucks. So, according to Amber, here, we'll say Amber's side of the story. According to Amber, okay, first, Beck's community post, when they wanted to clarify the money, they said they deposited into they and Amber had a joint bank account. So Beck deposited the money into the joint bank account, and then in the next sentence, Beck said, and then Amber forced me to send her all the money, right? And therefore, now we know Amber stole Beck's inheritance. Now, honestly, if you deposit your money into a joint bank account, you got to take a little responsibility for that. I had a horrible narc too, and you know what? If I got any money, there's no fucking way I would have told her how much money I got. I always lied to her about money because I knew she was going to want, and don't tell me Beck hadn't figured that out by now. I found that weird. The other thing is, Amber did pay all the damn bills. I mean, she did force Beck to quit the job, and Beck stayed home and did stuff. Honestly, had I been Beck in that position, I would have thrown Amber a couple of grand for bills and pocketed the rest and shut my mouth. But that's my opinion. We don't know at that frame. Beck was also heavily medicated at that time. Beck might not have been making the best, most thoughtful choices in what to do. Also, Beck was probably very easily manipulated at that time because I think at that time is when they were also heavily medicated, around the time when their mother passed away. So the bed thing, Amber says, we went to look for a new bed. And now, see, we'll never know the truth to this because we weren't there. Amber says Beck really wanted this bed, the $6,000 bed. So she bought the bed. And then she said she never liked the bed. The bed was too tall for her. And so this bed became an issue. Thank you, Fluffy, for gifting a member. Fluffy rented themselves alert for the month. So then there's more confusion because I think I heard Beck say they slept in that bed alone all the time because Amber didn't like the bed. But then Amber said Beck slept in the spare bedroom and nobody slept on the $6,000 bed, and they ended up selling it and they got $1,000 for it. So she lost $5,000 on the bed. So she was crying because she said she felt like it was really unfair that, that kind of money out of her pocket wasn't as acknowledged as the money out of Beck's pocket, I guess, basically. So I don't know. Like I said, she's an ass. She took the money. She had no right to use that money without Beck's permission. Beck was medicated, easy to manipulate, but Beck shouldn't have put it in a joint bank account. They never should have done that. But, hindsight is 20/20, right? If we all knew now what we knew then, we'd be different. We'd have a whole different life going on. Right? So, and she used that story to parlay into, of course, a lot of self-congratulatory talk about how generous she is all the time, and that's why this inheritance money being stolen accusation hurts her so much, because she's so giving and she's so loving and she's just so generous. And I thought, see, bitch, that's the fucking problem. You're not. You're manipulative. It's a manipulation tool for you. You don't see that, and that's the fucking problem. You don't. It's just she couches things so differently for herself. She's such a hypocrite. AJ says, I think the inheritance is worth way less than the carer fee she should have been paid anyway. Well, yeah, fair enough. Absolutely. Although, it's so complicated. That situation is so complicated. Because bottom line, she wasn't chained there. They weren't chained there. I don't recall Beck having 2 broken legs, but they had a broken spirit. And they were medicated and messed up and manipulated and broken down by a narcissist. So it's a really complex situation. You know, I think there's mistakes on both sides, more on Amber's. 10, let's say 27,000 times more on Amber's side. Beck made some errors. Carers are 6,000 a month. Yeah, I did it for 3 years and I'm getting sweet fuck all for it. So sometimes that's the way the big wheel spins, right? Let's not talk about that. I've spent a lot of money on funerals today. I had to pay $2,000 to the funeral parlor for some shit. And then I had to pay $500 for a fucking deposit for a room for the memorial service. And then I got a phone call from the funeral home that cremated her. And they're like, hey, we burnt the bitch. Can you give us our money? And I'm like, yeah, can you just wait? So, it's like, it's expensive. None of us get what we're worth. Okay, so then at about that point, people were telling Amber, because she was starting to cry and starting to get very upset. There was a lot of questions. I'm sorry if my black humor, I don't mean to offend anybody. It's my mom and my humor, so I'm allowed to say it. You're not. Also, remember, that was my narcissistic abuser for 60 years. Also, they didn't really say that. They didn't say it like that. I lied. All right, so that kind of, she was getting very upset. She was crying a lot, and all her dear, caring people, all 24 of them in the chat, said, Amber, you need to take a break. You need to take a break. You need to catch your breath. So then we got the ceiling cam for I don't know how long, because we back and forth through it a bit. Yeah, Marigold, exactly. Beck should have used that money to peace out. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying. I don't think I have enough to peace out. Ophelia says, when my father passed away, we went the cheapest way possible, not because he was bad, because we're poor and it was over 5. Hey, listen, I'm me too, cheapest way possible, and not because I'm being snarky with my narky, but because that was her request in her will. Spend as little money as possible on all of this. So, oh, Snork, that's a great thing to say. Snork says, the thing about financial abuse, people always say stuff like, well, you didn't have to, well, no one forced you, and yet no one would say that about any other kind of partner abuse. Yeah, and that's why I said it's so nuanced and complicated. Beck had a broken spirit. Beck was fucked up from years of narcissistic abuse. They were also medicated poorly at that time, and they had just lost their mother. So yeah, nobody is going to make sound decisions with all that on their back. Nobody is. I don't think anybody's blaming Beck for those choices at all. It's very complicated, the whole money thing. Anyway, she took a break. She pointed the camera at the ceiling for a while. We chatted, we laughed, we danced, we smoked, we did things. Then she comes back and she says, okay, we're not going to talk about that anymore. Oh, Pateau. Thank you so much. Pateau says to offset your mom's last gift to you. Funerals suck and cost too much. I also suspect Amber figured Beck might try to leave with access to that guy. Hey, that's a good thought. Pateau, I think you were posting me something. I have not received that yet. So if you did post it, I haven't received it yet. And if you didn't post it, that's fine. I just wanted to let you know that I'm not like being a rude. Keto, thank you for the super chat. Keto says, when we were choosing a box for Dad's ashes, my sister told the funeral parlor we just needed something we can dump him back out of. She didn't know what to make. Yeah, that's kind of what I was like too, but they were cool. I just said I don't want to. See, for me, I was lucky because Joan wrote that in her will. No money. Don't want to spend any money. So I could say that without looking like an asshole. I could say it and it's me just respecting her last wishes. So she did give me a little gift there at the end with that. Oh, do check the tracking, Pateau, because I'm not being rude. And the other day I thought of it. I did coffee, but I've closed it. Because I'm telling you, it was really expensive. And I don't need stuff from you guys. I really don't. Okay. Camera comes down from the ceiling and we're back. She says, we're kind of done talking about that. Now I just want to talk about my bippity. Oh, Christ, here we go. But then they keep asking her questions about Beck and stuff, so she's having a hard time transitioning out of that conversation, which is why I wondered why she started it 10 minutes into the live stream. And I'm paraphrasing here, so I'm sorry I don't have the exact quote. But the basic intention is she really wants to do this public live stream because she says it's so she can take accountability for all the things and apologize, blah, blah, blah. But she has two purposes. And the second purpose, which I believe is way more important, is because she wants to clear her name of the things that Beck is lying about. And that is the real reason she wants to do that live stream. Because she doesn't like these things that Beck's saying, and she thinks that if she couches it in a way that I'm taking responsibility for all the bad things I did, but you know what? They're not perfect either. That's why she wants to do this gracious big stupid live stream. Stupid big dork. All right. So the second half was a little shorter because there was an intermission, but she went over an hour before she took her break. So when we came back, we only had about, 30 or 40 minutes left when we came back. And then she just tried to move it along out of anything serious. But of course, she was still an ass. She talked about the fact that she wants to buy a PS5, but she's going to make it so it doesn't feel like such a big expense. So she's just going to pack away $250 on one pay, $250 off the next pay, and then she can buy it real easy. And I thought, boy, read the room, girl. Can any of you just save $250 off a paycheck? I can't. I just save $500 a month. Toss it in your savings account. $500 a month. Now it's not. It's $250. Like we get paid once a month. But still, each paycheck. She's so out of touch. She doesn't see how people can't relate to that. And then she jokes about how she spent $250 on a game app last week on some game she plays on her phone. $250. Tip Tap Key does? Tip Tap, I have a room in Costa Rica where you can come and live with me. if you can save $500 a month. So yeah, she just talked about money for a bit. Because she's, it's funny, girl. All of a sudden, you got all these people paying $10 a month, and you're going to sit there and brag about how, oh, now I'm going to save this much money, and I spent this much money, and I bought myself this, and I just bought that. You know those factor meals? We couldn't believe it when she told us the price, so we looked it up. 8 factor meals is $120 for a week. She's paying, if she's getting them for a month, she's paying $480 just for supper, just for 8 factor meals a week. Yeah, the Teddy Fresh was $200. That girl does not save a single fucking money that she earns. Like, she's so broke. She's been so broke. She used to get 200,000 views a video. She's down to like 40. And the first thing she does when she gets a little bit more money is spend it like a lunatic. This stupid idiot. So then somebody says, how much money do you spend a month in food? And she's like, she doesn't want to answer that. She hasn't got a clue. She doesn't budget. She doesn't know how much she spends on stuff. And then somebody goes and does some research and says, I guess on average, I don't know, don't clock me on this. This is just hearsay. Somebody said people average between $300 and $1,500 a month on food. And she literally goes like this. $3? Only $3 a month? Amber, I swear to God, this coffee cup is smarter than you. Nobody's spending $3 a month. $300 to $1,500 is what the guy meant. Idiot. $3. Who's spending $3 a month on food? Idiot. And she kind of said, see, that's more like it. Now, I don't know, is $1,500 a month on takeout for her acceptable, I guess? I don't know. That's, quite frankly, more than my rent. Bacon says if it's true she has 400 members and she makes $4K each month. No, she doesn't. If she has 400 members, she makes $4K minus 30% minus taxes. But I don't believe she has 400 members. I don't. She's 27 people in the chat. You really think she's got 400 members and only 27 of them want to talk? I find that really hard to believe. All right, so she moves out of the money conversation because she really won't go into, no, she kind of glosses over how much she spends a month on food. She won't answer that. And then she says, wouldn't that be interesting if I did a video about how much money I spend? And we're going, yes, please do that. That would actually be interesting content. And then she giggles. Oh, she's never going to do that. Okay, then she moves on to the semaglutide conversation. So she decided basically that the clinic that she was, or the med spa that she was getting it from, it was bad. You know that it wasn't even proper semaglutide? They were selling her garbage. I guess that's why it didn't work. First, she said she's been reading a lot about it, and she's scared now because she's read a lot of bad symptoms of semaglutide. Then she said, this particular one that she was getting, there was something wrong with that. She said, it was red. And that's not supposed to be red. It was solid red, she said. And then she said, at the time I just convinced myself it was red because B12 was in there. But that's dangerous levels of B12. They don't know what they're doing at that med spa. So she's really glad. She said people are ending up in the ER because of all the B12. I didn't know. So thank God she's off that, because now she's safe again. She's off the semaglutide. Then some people told her wings looked good. So she stared at her eye makeup for a while in the camera. Then ass pat. Thank you, good night. And that was Amber's live stream from last night. I might have missed some stuff, but as you know, it probably wasn't important. And we have to close the Bujo on the recap from Amber's live stream. Thank you very much. What do we think? Watching you pre-big girl job interview. Violet. Center. Chill. You got this. Do what you got to do. Just put it all out there and leave it on the table. You're good. Don't overthink it. Just be chill. Sleepy time for Kai. Okay, Kai. Night night. Thanks for hanging out with us for a while before bed. Just get Ozempic. I think, wouldn't she have to, maybe she can't get that online. Maybe she has to go to a doctor for that. I don't know. So I'm very curious what her, is she going to, so basically by the end of it, she kind of said she probably wouldn't do that live stream. So that whole hour of conversation was really for nothing. Just all moot. She's not going to do it anyway, so. Wah, wah. Those live streams are ridiculous. Marigold gets it in online in Canada, and it's a smooth process. Cool. Oh, she also said, it's not even FDA approved. I'm sticking a needle into my body, and it's not even FDA approved. What am I thinking? She freaked about that, and I thought, bitch, you're eating 7-day-old food. Relax, you're fine. People going to the hospital for the B12. The B12 is killing the people. Yeah, Marigold, is it red? We're just concerned about your health. My mood today is a vibe. It's kind of my everyday mood. Every day, bro. like Jake Paul. Every day, bro. 420. Oh, it's 420 somewhere. It's 520 here. That was exhausting. That's a lot of talking when she doesn't get to contribute to the conversation. So I think we should... it's 420 for some of you. Smoke them if you got them. Don't be bogarting that doobie. Okay. Yesterday my headset wouldn't connect, and now it will. Rat Bat's working. Merc making a Paul brother reference is wild. Listen, Merc knows a lot of stuff for old broad. I know the interwebs. And just, I just sit around and smoke pot and look at YouTube. Oh, by the way, hey, you want to know about weird internet wormholes? Johnny Somali's trial starts on Friday. Remember Johnny Somali? Little creep who's streaming in Korea? His trial starts on Friday. Should be interesting. I don't think they can stream it, but we'll get updates. Kay says the weather is miserable here. And I'm telling you. Kay, I woke up, it was so dark. It's still dark. It's still raining. For the last 2 days, they've been scraping up all the damn snowbanks. Like overnight. Snowplows scraping on pavement. It's been really annoying. And then I read that there's so much rain that they're worried about floods. So I think they were clearing all the excess snow for that. I can internet jack. I know how to use the interwebs. I go on the Google. I use the emails. So listen, why don't we watch this video I've got queued up? Why not? What the heck? I thought it might be fun because that video from last night was called, Hey, Jace, how you doing? I feel like we haven't seen Jace in a while. Y'all better be hydrated. Jace is in the house. And happy 18 months, Jace. Thank you very much. What a cute profile picture. Say hi to your brother, Jace. Yeah, Biden, thank you. You can look up Legal Mindset if you want more information on Johnny Somali. That's where I get all my information from. He's a lawyer, American expat in Korea, and he's been covering the trial. He's going to go to the trial, so even though they can't probably televise it, he'll be giving us daily updates if he goes. So Yeah, if you're into that story like I am, that'll be where I am if you want to find me when that trial starts. He could get like 10 years. And he could get up to $22,000 USD fines. And if he can't pay that, he's going to have to go to a work farm. I love it. So good. Biden says, Andrew's a cool dude. We have mutual lawyer friends. Oh, yeah? I like him. I watch him all the time. Who just got their medical card? Oh, Nerds Abigandis. Good for you. Okay, let's watch this video. The video from last night was entitled We Need to Talk, so I thought that sounds awfully familiar, and I looked through Amber's catalog, and lo and behold, I found a good, 6 videos titled We Need to Talk. So I just randomly picked one because the length seemed good, and it's from 2019, and we all know that's one of our favorite Amber years, the bedbound era. So this is 5 years ago, not to the day. It's 5 years ago, August, so like 4.5 years ago. But this is Ms. Amberlynn Reid, and it's entitled, honestly, I didn't even vet this. I don't even know what she's going to say. But it's called We Need to Talk, and those are usually good for a rant or two. So, Amber, let's go. Oh, wait, let me get some coffee. I think she's got Druidess Egg exaggerated, honestly. I think there's 5, but there's others that come up with that kind of in the description. But as far as pure titles, I think there's 4 or 5. I think 5. I could be wrong. I often am. Okay, we got a fresh coffee. We can go. Okay, go, Amber, go.
Hey guys, so we need to do a little bit of talking. So you guys have been seeing videos from me pretty much, actually, no, you've been seeing videos from me every single day. I have been doing 100 days of uploading, and I have been succeeding in that. It's been almost 70 days now.
Listen to her breathing. Her breathing is outrageous. She can't breathe. Well, she is bigger here. This is the bedbound era. So remember, this is when she hit her high of 574.2. I have the hiccups. I'm sorry. Oh, God. And then she stopped weighing herself. So I don't know at what time in the year she stopped weighing herself. I'm sure you guys know, because you know all of the things. But at some point in 2019, she stopped weighing herself. So I don't know. This is August. So, I mean, if she stopped weighing herself in February, she could be over 600 pounds here. It's not outside of the realm of possibility, right? But listen to her breathing.
Now, this is going to be weird, but it is 3 weeks
after every word
since the video that was uploaded yesterday. I know to a lot of people that's super confusing, which I can understand. I was backlogged. I had so many pre-filmed videos. It was literally insane. So I had a lot of videos to upload. So I do have some clips that I would like to add before I start talking, because there's just some things I need to talk about. So I'm actually going to add those right here. Hey guys, so I actually woke up a little bit ago, and I kind of just wanted to talk about something that
Okay, my pet peeve of the month. Not just Amber. Amber specifically right now, but you don't roll out of bed and start filming. You look dirty. You look wrinkled. You look sweaty like you've been sleeping all night. Your bed is behind you, unmade. It's gross. I hate
that. I have been experiencing the last few days, which this is not a normal for me. I've been experiencing a lot of heart palpitations, and with the mood stabilizer I'm taking, that's
palpitations. Bacon says, I want to know what cardigan she was wearing during the lint picking situation type deals.
It's one of the symptoms that could happen, and that kind of freaks me out. So it's something I definitely need to talk to my psychiatrist about. And I'm now taking 100 milligrams of the mood stabilizer when I started at 25, and then eventually I went to 50, and then eventually I went to 75. I feel like when I was on 50 and 75, I felt the best. And now that I'm on 100, I'm kind of like, I feel like I'm not doing the greatest anymore. So it's something else I need to talk to her about. But like the whole heart palpitation
She does seem a little flat affect. Maybe that's the medication.
thing is starting to really freak me out.
Hey, heart palpitations are scary. Sometimes I get a palpitation at night, and it scares me. I can't imagine. Honest to God, I would be fucking terrified if I had her weight. If I was her weight. I mean, I think it's kind of human that a lot of us, especially after a certain age, and I just experienced my mum dying, so my own mortality is living pretty big in my head right now. And I think a lot of human beings, when you go to bed at night, sometimes you get those intrusive thoughts about dying. It's kind of human. Imagine if you were her. She must think like that every night when she goes to bed. Ugh, or she should.
And it's like,
if I was her, I would be afraid to go to sleep at night because I would be afraid I wasn't going to wake up in the morning. I swear to God.
I get really bad anxiety. So when I start having heart palpitations, I get anxiety, and then it like makes it worse, and I start freaking out. Maybe it's not from the mood stabilizer. Maybe there's a deeper issue. So I think I'm going to actually be seeing a heart doctor. I feel like that's
The deeper issue is that you weigh 600 pounds. There might be a deeper issue. Are you fucking kidding?
important, especially because, at my weight and such. But a common side effect with this mood stabilizer is unfortunately heart palpitations. So I don't know what to do.
Lose weight.
Hello, so it's me in the future. So I actually figured out that it was caffeine causing the heart palpitations.
Is that spelled wrong? I gotta tell you, and you've noticed it before, I'm a pretty good speller. I am not a bad speller. But I screw them up all the time. I before E except after C. It doesn't work for me. I screw it up all the time. Is that spelt right or spelt wrong? Jasmine spelt it E-I-N. Yeah, she spelt it wrong, right? Okay. I'm bad at it myself, but I know when it looks wrong.
So I haven't drank caffeine since, and everything is fine. So I'm glad I was able to figure that out.
Okay, you guys, so it's been a few days since I actually vlogged. Actually, it's been like a week. So hi, how are you?
God, that's ugly.
As you guys can tell, I'm very behind on vlogs, so like I'm uploading daily to catch up, and I'm trying to film less. Like for a while there, I was filming, can't even talk. I was filming to like 3 to 4 videos a day. I'm gonna be honest. I was on a roll.
See, AJ says, as a dyslexic, this is a word I cannot do, but I always check. EI fucks me up, and you know what else? 9 and N. What's that about? Sometimes I get 9 and N confused.
I felt great, energetic, wanted to put some work in. So now that like I'm so behind, I'm just like taking some time to not film. But I wanted to show you guys because I have been doing a lot of reading. It's keeping my mind preoccupied and stuff. So I wanted to show you guys the last 4 books I read. So I read The Treatment, which is the second book from the program. This was so good. I loved it. I cried at the end because something sad happened. It was just like a little bit of like tears. I seem to cry in a lot of books. The other book I read was Broken Glass, which is the second one in the Mirror Sister.
Going, this is boring, and then I realized, yeah, we don't have to watch book chat. Let's go to Bow Chat.
I just can't put the books down. You guys, have you guys ever seen these before?
It's on a scooter.
Like this one and this one is super cute. They're like for your hair. They're like headbands for your hair.
Oh, is that what they are, Anna? Did you guys know? Those are headbands for your hair. Did you know that? What that is? You probably never saw those before. They're headbands. You put them in your hair for certain styles. It pulls some of your hair back off your face. It's a band that you wear in your hair. On your head. So, they're commonly referred to as headbands or sometimes a hairband.
I just don't think that they'd look good on me. And
No,
I
they
really like
wouldn't.
these like hair clips, especially that one right there. That one's super cute too. That reminds me of a mermaid. But oh no, you guys, like if my hair was down or like in 2 braids, I feel like these would look so cute, but I don't know. If I could
They are headbands, so you do wear them actually. I might have one. I might not. I have a few. I don't know where they are. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't have one to give you a demonstration. Then it can be, it's a multifunctional. It's both hair and head. Most humans, not all, but many humans actually have an abundance of hair on the top in this area. So sometimes they need ways to get it out of their face. It might not be something that you require.
recommend to you guys any chapstick or anything like that, I recommend Carmex, but the original kind, because I have tried the strawberry, wintergreen, and fresh cherry, and for some reason it's just not as good for some reason. I don't know why, but the original, just like this.
Oh no, I think the talking part is here.
Yes, so I'm gonna get me a pack of that.
She always does this, right? First she'll give us the little trite shit, and then she sits down to have the serious conversation. Do you mind? Can we skip this? I don't really care to see what she was watching on TV or what book she's going to read next. Let's just get to the chit chat. Let's get to the good part.
Okay, so hello. You guys have seen just random clips. Those are clips that happen within the last 3 weeks. Those are the only clips I have filmed in 3 weeks. We have went from filming every single day for a few months, filming 3 videos a day for a couple months. It was a lot. I had tons of energy. I was excited for life. It was 3 weeks ago that my mood stabilizer, the dosage increased because my psychiatrist thought it was a good idea. Ever since that happened, I haven't been able to get out of bed. I'm gonna be downright brutally honest right now.
Okay.
I have been doing nothing for the last 3 weeks.
No. Wait, what? Amber wasn't doing anything? No. But she's so active. That seems weird. Is she sped up? No.
I have been just sitting in my bed doing nothing besides reading. I'm actually going to bring you guys a little bit closer because this, I feel like, is getting blurry. I can't tell. So, I had to literally make myself, I think it was 2 weeks ago, to go to Walmart. I made myself, I was like, I have to do this. I have to get out of the house.
My God, she had to force herself to go to Walmart. It's bad. That psychiatrist has screwed her right up. They gave her too much meds. Seriously, you guys, somebody said it. Is she mirroring Beck? Was this the time when Beck was so foggy? Was this the time when Beck was foggy on their meds? And that's why she's doing this now? You fucking...
It was hard. I literally felt like I was pulling my own teeth of how hard it was to get out of the house.
Well, she's told us she doesn't take any of those medications anymore. At one point, she told us she was taking no meds.
And actually do something. So this has been all mental. It's been no physical. It's not because I'm physically not able. It's because I mentally feel chained and paralyzed into just nothingness. I am not motivated or...
When the heck was Beck's birthday? That's a good demarcation for Beck being fuzzy, right? You guys know before I look it up? Do I have to look it up? Some of you guys are awfully good. Oh, Charlie Gold is live right now with 1,000 viewers. All right, let's look up. Beck's birthday is around Amber's, early December. Well, then it would fit. This is the end of August. So this would only be 3 months before Beck's birthday. So surely Beck was a mess around this time too, right? I would assume 3 months. They would have been playing with her medications 3 months before. Interesting.
Inspired to do anything. I have been just engulfing my time in books.
I appreciate
I have
you.
read, it's almost embarrassing how much I've read. The brain is a muscle and we do got to exercise the brain, but it's like, I think I've exercised it a little more than I should have. I need to start exercising the body now, my other muscles. So yeah, I do see my psychiatrist this week, which I am.
Coffee says most of the time when you see Beck wearing their Deadpool hoodie, they're over-medicated. It was their comfort zone, and afterwards they burned the sweater. Thank you for the interesting insight.
Really excited for her because I really want her to tell me what is wrong. I know there's not always answers to everything, but like, it's just sad because 3 weeks ago I went and saw her and I was like, I'm doing great. I have more energy. You know, my mood is great.
No, the brain is not a muscle, but there is something like, you know, I think muscle memory, although that's muscle, it's the same kind of like getting a path, a synaptic path, if you do it enough times, right? I mean, she's an idiot. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
Great. I'm not sitting in my bed all day. I'm going places. I'm doing things. I'm filming. I'm working. I'm putting on makeup and I'm getting dressed and I'm doing things. And then now I'm going to be going back. And
does she know that an average woman doesn't consider putting on makeup as doing things? It's just like bathing, washing your hair, put on your makeup. It's just part of what you do every day. It's not an accomplishment. It's not a task that you tick off the box every day.
Days, and I'm just going to be like, hi, I'm doing nothing. My energy is no longer there. You know, I have no motivation. And it's not even depression. It is, but
no, it's your 600 pounds. And it's really hard for you to get up and do anything. Makes common sense. It makes absolute sense to everybody but you. You big ding dong.
It's so hard to explain. When my depression is at its worst, I feel like I'm grieving someone constantly. I feel like I'm mourning someone's death that I love. I don't have that feeling. I just literally have no energy. Yeah. I have no willpower to do anything.
You know, she talks about right now she's having mental health. Has the bitch ever once had physical health? Get up and do something, Amber. Good Lord.
And it's ever since my dosage was increased. So I'm hoping my psychiatrist has some words of wisdom. I'm hoping she can help me kind of cope with what I'm going through. I really don't know what that means in regards to medication. I do want to keep taking this medication, 100%. But I almost wonder if maybe my dosage needs to decrease again, because I started at 25 milligrams. Eventually I went to 50, then I went to 75. When I was at 50 and 75, I felt the best. Currently I'm on 100 milligrams. And
so if you felt the best at 50, why would they increase it to 75? And if they increased it to 75 and you felt good, why would they increase it again to 100? I don't understand this logic. If the medication is working for her, why would the doctor increase it? That doesn't make a lot of logical sense to me at all. Now, I don't know anything about these kind of meds, so, you know, I could be way off base, but it seems weird to me. You go, hey, doc, you upped the meds to 50, and I feel really good now. And they go, oh, really? Let's up them again. It's not like a... it's not like a pot, you know, you're not passing around a doobie. The doctor doesn't need you to prove how much you can take in. It's weird.
Something's off. Something's not right. Am I moody? No.
Okay, you guys are telling me. See, Ella says if it's Lamictal, that's how it works. You got to reach the therapeutic dose. Yeah, but if you're feeling good on it, would they increase it? That seems weird. But I don't know. 59 milligrams is considered too low for bipolar if it's Lamictal. Again, the information we're getting might be wrong right out the gate, so it's very hard to judge, right? Bateau says because she lied to the doctor about how she felt to get the diagnosis she wants. And then Dwight Wolfie follows it with, if she's like the narcs I know, she's not doing what the doctor said. Of course, Joan never did. SSRIs are finicky. All right. Okay. We'll give her that.
No, depressed. It doesn't
I trust you guys and I don't trust her. But if you guys tell me something, I believe it.
feel like it. You know, I don't have that heavy chest feeling I get with depression. It's mainly just, I don't want to get out of bed. And I don't get out of bed. I don't do anything. Even right now, I am literally forcing myself to film this. And I have been having so many issues with my sleep. It is.
Why is she wearing a Fitbit? Why won't she take the Fitbit off? She's telling us that she's too lazy to even get out of bed. Even to sit up and film this video is way too much work for her. Then why the fuck do you still have the Fitbit on, Amber?
Is really bad. I've been wearing my Fitbit because I do want to walk a certain amount of steps. I've been wearing it for the last few days now.
I didn't know that was coming.
That I get up and do something. I also am wearing it because I'm paying a lot of attention to my heart rate. And I'm also wearing it because it says how I sleep during the night. I have not been sleeping good, you guys. I have been.
Here, Amber, let me break it down for you. You sleep like shit. Your blood pressure's high. Your heart rate's probably high. Whatever else it monitors, it's on the bad side. So you can just take, Alexa, don't dox me. You can just take that watch off and just assume every reading it's going to give you is bad. It's just bad.
Been struggling so bad with my sleep. I can't fall asleep. Excuse my language.
Jasmine, the elliptical is her jam. Okay.
It's bad. I have several times cried and cried and cried because I could not fall asleep. It is terrifying. So when I do sleep, I mean, I sleep every night. Sometimes it's 2 hours, sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 10. And this is able to track, you know, am I in my REM stage, how long I'm in the light stage, deep, whatever. And I mainly do light sleeping, which is not good. And I'm very rarely in the REM stage, which is really bad. You have to.
She said REM stage.
To be in certain stages of sleeping for a certain amount of time. Like what I love about the Fitbit is like, in the app, it'll show you like where you should be versus where you are. And it's just, I'm not getting enough sleep. And you can kind of tell because a lot of people are like, you have dark under eyes. It's because I can't sleep. Like my sleeping is so bad. And I feel like it's gotten worse with this medicine. It's just, I'm going through a lot. And I'm just really excited to see my psychiatrist. And I really just want to like hop back on to things. Like I want to start filming again and I want to start doing things again and just being inspired to, you know, get up and move and just be happy and laugh. You know what I'm saying? I'm just really tired of feeling, you know, the way I've been feeling for the last 3 weeks. It's been terrifying. It's been like,
aren't you tired of feeling the way you've been feeling for the last 15 years? 20 years? 25 even? Damn. You know, we can debate about the money and whether it was stolen or whatever and whatever and whatever, all to the cows come home. But, you know, Beck had to live with this. Beck lived with this every day. It's depressing, man.
I've been in a cage and I didn't know how to escape it, and I kind of still don't.
You're very generous today. Thank you for another super chat. Says I have to go away in about 10 minutes, but it was really nice being early. I know you meant nice and being a smartass. Thanks, Mima. Hey, you got it. You got it. Whippersnapper anytime.
I force myself to do this. You get what I'm saying? And it's just been really rough. So I kind of just wanted to update you guys on that. It's a lot of just like mental talk. And you know what's actually really sad for me is like I have a lot of people who are close to me who I've talked to for years and years. And I have, you know, been told by a lot of people, you know, Amberlynn, you just seem really depressed. You're not the same person that you used to be.
No, I agree. Coffee says, Merc and Lurtz, I really cannot imagine being with that stank 24/7. You know, I don't like to get gross and talk about those kind of things, but let's be realistic. The life that she really leads, as opposed to the life that she presents on camera. Like, think about this. The life she presents to us on camera is sad. It's depressing. And that's 100 times better than the life that's going on behind the camera. She probably does nothing all day but sit there and do Legos and eat? You know she doesn't smell good. Come on. Anybody with a fold in their body knows that those areas require extra attention. She's got many, many folds. We know she doesn't bathe regularly. Like, she has just realistically got to have some body odor going on. And then she's miserable. Like, I can't. And she's filthy. Like, even yesterday, oh, I've got a pile of clothes I have to put away. Girl, you have never put that pile of clothes away. I believe that she lives out of the pile, puts them back in the washer, takes them out, they go back on top. I don't think she ever puts those clothes away. She's gross, man. Gross.
And it's like, it breaks my heart when I hear people say that, because it's like,
What's beeping? It's like, really? Are you new? It's some fucking truck outside. It's for 2 days. It's all it is backup beats and freaking snowplows on pavement.
it's like, I get it. I know what they're talking about. I'm not the same
You think it's annoying for you? What about me? That's what she said on her live stream the other day.
person I used to be. I used to be very bubbly, laughy, fun. You know, I always have a smile on my face, and it's just like, I'm not that person no more. And I know it's
Coffee, just can you parallel park and get it over with?
a lot because, like, my mental's just not good right now.
Your physical isn't good either. I just love that. I'm having mental health. Have physical health. Just give it a shot.
And, you know, a lot of people are like, Amberlynn's going to stop seeing her psychiatrist. Like, I've seen comments.
Hello, Haley.
I'm not, because this has been what's helping me and what's making me realize, you know, things I need to change in my life.
Yep.
And, like, finding coping mechanisms and, like, medication. You don't have to be ashamed of being on medication. Like, I used
Guys, we're friggin' around. It's 9 minutes to the big show. It's 9 minutes to the big show. Oh, she's almost done. Let her
to
wrap
be really
it up.
ashamed, like, especially
Timing.
coming on here, like, you know, telling people I was bipolar and, like, I needed medication for it. Like, I was ashamed. And it's like, I don't need to be ashamed. You know, first of all, being bipolar is not something I can help. Secondly, if medication is going to help me, like, who cares, you know? Anyways, I'm rambling now. So I think I'm just going to end this here now. And I love you guys, the people who are supporting me, who's kind and who's there for me and who actually cares for me as a person. Thank you so much for being there for me. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Well, there you go. 5 years ago. Has much changed? Nope. Doesn't seem like much has changed at all. I mean, it's gone from bipolar to borderline, but the BPD's been around for a long time. Anyway, I gotta wrap it up fast because we got like 8 minutes until the very exciting Casey and Beck live stream at 6 o'clock on Lukewarm Tea for You, I believe is the channel. And you know, I gotta get some food. We gotta get our snacks ready. We gotta get prepared. We don't know how long this is gonna be. So I'll see you over there. Thank you all for joining me and Rio at this look at the recap of Amber's live stream and a little retro react. I am not going to look at Amber tomorrow at all. I got other shit to do. But we'll be back on Friday with a redundancy report. It should be fun. Thank you all for joining me and Rio. I'll see you at the exciting live stream tonight. And until we meet again, you know the routine. Just be kind and hasta luego. Bye.